Hey, welcome to the Good Place Marionville Podcast, dedicated to highlighting the good right here in Marionville, Missouri. Today's episode, we're going to continue our commitment to showcase the goodness in Marionville, uniting our community through shared stories of hope and optimism. Frankly, we're just covering the good news that's right here. Okay, but we're starting the show with some not so good news. I know you already know, probably, but just so you know, Apple Market is closing officially this Saturday, the 7th at 6 p.m. We are so grateful for all of the wonderful workers at Apple Market that served us so well, and for all the years that Apple Market's been in our town. We're grateful, and we're going to talk more about this later in the podcast, but make sure you go in and thank them all, wish them all, and hey, if you're looking for some great employees, there's 4 or 5 of them that could use some jobs. All right, city update. You are invited. Just remember that the Alderman meetings are the second Thursday of every month at 6:30 p.m. down at the fire hall in the city. What do they call that room, Chris?
That's the meeting room for all the meetings. It is in the fire station.
Doesn't have a name, like the city meeting.
It's the community room.
Community room. Right there, the community room attached to the fire hall. And while you're downtown, just remember, we could use your help with the fire department. You could always stop by City Hall and get an application to join us in the fire department. All right. So Chris, this is Kris Bowling, by the way, in case you don't know, Kris Bowling is not only in charge of public works here in Marionville and the dog catcher, and he's in charge of the sewer plant. He's also the chief of the fire department. What are some of your other titles?
The park.
Oh, and Chuck, on the park board. Are you in charge of the park board?
Yeah.
He's in charge of the park board. What else?
Code enforcement.
Code enforcement. So you should be nice to Chris if he's in here. You should always bring him pie. You guys that cook pies in town, bring Chris a pie. He needs people to encourage him because he's always having to tell people to mow their lawn. Yeah. Although, Chris, for the last month, you haven't had to do that. There's some good news.
Yeah, it's been pretty dry.
Pretty dry. I noticed somebody mowing the other day and it looked like it was the middle of Scottsdale with the dust coming up.
Yeah, a lot of dust.
I wanted you in here today so we could talk about the new texting system. Super exciting stuff going on, but we need to make sure that people know how to use it. So tell us about the city texting system.
So it is called Text MyGov. So it is a 2-way texting service. So you can text us information, and then we can text or send out alerts for any alerts for the city or whatever else is going on.
All right. So tell us, how do we get signed up?
So the easiest way is to go on to the city's website, which is marionvillemo.com. And at the bottom of the tab page, there is a Text MyGov link. And it's got all the information. And then when you first pull up the website, it has what they call a widget. And that is on the bottom.
It's not a gidget. It's a widget.
So
it's not a digit. It's a widget. It's a pop-up. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be there. So it's got, I think, 3 tabs. You can tab over to the different avenues. So there's 2 different numbers to text us information or get information from the city. It is text HI to 417-258-8631.
Now, this is in Colorado. When he says hi, he means H-I.
H-I.
This is not Colorado H-I-G-H. Okay.
Right. So you can't start your conversation of, hey, I've got a dog. You need to text hi first before it will start the actual breakdown to getting it figured out, whatever's going on.
Or you can text the word Marionville to 91896. That's Marionville to 91896. So in other words, you type in 91896, and then that's the texting number 2, and then you type in Marionville in the text, and that will also get you signed up.
That'll opt you into any alerts that we send out for trash or storms or whatever.
Well, I mean, so make sure you save. So what number should they be saving in their phones?
So if you want to get the information, any alert that we send out, you need to text Marionville to 91896, and that will get you signed in. And if you want to text us information like a pothole or a loose dog, it's the 417-258-8631.
Okay, so that's 4, and it'll be in the show notes, but 417-258-8631. Put that in your phone after you sign up, 417-258-8631. This is an amazing ability for us to communicate with our city people and for them to communicate with us. And please, those of you listening that have neighbors that may be technologically challenged, would you please help them get set up with this? You got many neighbors who are elderly that don't understand the texting thing, but they need the alerts, especially for emergencies. Please help them get set up. And if you have any problems, you can always direct people to City Hall for some help, but help your neighbors. Be a good neighbor. Get them help set up. All right. That's a huge thing going on, Kris. And have we tested it yet? Have we sent out any big text messages?
We sent out a mass a text for the area to get everyone signed up. And then our first message went out last week for the trash running.
Oh, that's right.
Labor Day.
Wow. All right. So it's working. Get it done. Help your neighbor to get it done. And next time you have any conversation over the fence, just say, hey, did you get signed up for those text messages from the city of Marionville? And they'll go, what are you talking about? Yeah. And then you can help them.
Any information you need, there's all the information on the website. Or if you need more than that you can call me at 417-229-5013 or call City Hall.
All right, there you go. All right. It's already the school's setting up in a very busy season. As the school's just back in, we didn't get a lot of updates, but we did just in the last minute get some updates. Football team won last Friday night. Was it a good game? Do you know?
I did not go. I was watching it on my phone, but it looked like a pretty good game.
All right. Volleyball got third in the Verona Tournament, and the first home game is next week on the 13th, and it's homecoming at the same time. So if you're a graduate of Marionville High School, make sure you wear your colors, show up to the football game, and make sure your kids are all ready for the non-homecoming dance that they don't have. All right, 9:25 on the 25th of September at 7:30 a.m. See you at the pole at the high school flag. Students will gather to pray for their school, their friends, and their community. See you at the pole on the 25th of September. All right, first responder, Kris, what do we got? What are some things we want the city people to know about good stuff going on at the city? Are you ever going to get that new truck done?
I hope so. So we're supposed to get it the next step. The 24th of this month. So hopefully we'll get it in service by October.
Wow, that'd be nice. And then the green truck.
It's going bye-bye.
Stay tuned. That one.
A piece of history.
Yes, a piece of Marionville history. An incredible deal will be made on that truck as we put that out for auction in the city. Okay, at Applefest, well, one of the big things we're working on, Kris, me as a fire chaplain, you as the fire chief, is that we're setting up a nonprofit for the fire department to help support us for things that the city budget doesn't support.
Correct.
One of the things that we have to do is first set up that nonprofit, and we're trying to raise some money to get that done by doing what during Applefest?
Some racing.
Racing?
Yeah.
So is he drag racing with our cars, motorcycles, wheelchairs?
I think that's frowned upon.
Oh.
No, we're going to be racing ducks in Honey Creek down at the park. So buy a ducks.
Duck. Well, I saw it at Woody's Pond. There's a whole bunch of geese. Is that what you're talking about?
No, a little smaller.
Oh, okay. So rubber
ducks.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Little yellow rubber ducks. And they're in fire department uniforms.
No, we did not get those ones. They were out of stock.
Oh, well, I hadn't even heard that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. But how much is a raffle ticket and what's the prizes?
So each duck is $10. You can buy as many as you want, obviously.
Top maximum is 300.
300. So we were set 300 as a goal. And then our prizes are going to be first, second, third, and it's going to be a cash prize. So first place, if we did sell 300, would be $500 back to
500
ducks. No,
you
ducks.
can have 500. No, we're going to save the ducks for next year.
Yeah, $500 for first.
Was
3 and 1, I think is what it was.
5, 3, and 1. Yeah, because we still had to save enough money to make sure we have enough money to pay the attorney to get our nonprofit all set up. I think it was 500, 201.
It may be 521.
Yeah. All right. So if they want to buy a raffle ticket or to represent one of those ducks, they can get them at Bank of Billings.
Correct.
One of our great sponsors right here for the Good Place Marionville podcast. Can they get them at City Hall?
Correct. Yes.
Can they get them at the fire department?
They can't currently. They can get it from our booth at Applefest.
Oh, we have a booth at Applefest.
Yeah.
So when are we going to do the race at Applefest?
It's going to be Saturday the 21st at 4 p.m.
Wow.
At the park.
Well, and what happens if the creek is running just a little slow?
Well, we have some trucks that pump water, so we may have some extra help getting them down the creek.
Okay. So stay tuned on this. Get your tickets. Buy as many as you can. And buy for your neighbors, buy for your friends. Make this a Christmas present and help the fire department, because there's some desperate needs for us to do some things within the fire department, like get new uniforms for responding to fires. That's not called uniform. It's called
it's gear, turnout gear.
Turnout gear. I'm still learning that lingo. All right. So make sure you know about that. Also, we could use you to volunteer with the fire department. Any age over 18, we could use your help, whether it's with paperwork or actually just helping us with so many different things. if you're willing to dedicate some of your time to help support your great small town, please go into City Hall and get an application. We need your help. Right, Kris?
Correct. And we do have a digital copy of our application. It's a little more brief, but it is on our Facebook, and it's pinned at the top of our Facebook page at MarionvilleCityFire.com or Marionville City Fire Department on Facebook.
Very good. All right, make sure you get that done. We really could use your help. All right, in nonprofit news, Lorraine Gahn has started a grief class at First Baptist Church of Marionville and invites anyone really wanted to work through their grief because of a loss of a family member or friend. Join on Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m., 6 to 7:30 p.m. for about 6 weeks. And just contact First Baptist Church of Marionville for more information. In business news, regarding the grocery store, everybody out here, we all eat groceries.
I really like groceries.
I like groceries. I've been in favor of groceries my entire life. And we need a new grocery store here in Marionville. If you've got any connections to grocery stores in other towns that you really like, that you'd love for them to come into town and take the spot that Apple Market has been filling, please reach out to the store manager, reach out to the owners and say, hey, we'd love to have you here. We'd also like you guys to be thinking about reaching out to those same stores to say, hey, would you set up a temporary satellite location here in Marionville so we've got groceries in the meantime for our elderly folks who can't drive in the wintertime, because it's going to take some time to get a new store back in town. So it's just very important. Pick and Patch. Kris, you ever go to Pick and Patch as a kid?
Yeah, we went to field trips there.
So what do you do when you go to Pick and Patch?
All kinds of stuff. You obviously get pumpkins.
Pumpkins, okay.
I think there's a little corn maze, hay rides. There's all kinds of stuff.
Is there any animals?
I think there's some animals out there.
All right, well, not just the geese across the street at Woody's Pond.
Actual farm animals.
Okay. All right, actual farm animals. Pick and Patch opening day is September 20th at noon. Their season runs from September 20th to the 31st of October. It's open to the public 7 days a week, Sunday through Friday, 12 to 6, and on Saturday, 10 to 6. And they're scheduling field trips and parties now. If you're looking for a great place to have a fall party, Pick and Patch is your place out there on ZZ. All right, remember to stop by the Storehouse Bakery for breakfast or for a special treat. Remember, we get new businesses in town. We need to help them thrive. And if you want to thrive, survive, and maybe put on 5, go to Storehouse Bakery. That would be a good tagline for them. Thrive. Yeah, anyway, big good one. Hey, Bank of Billings has been sponsoring Good Place Marionville podcast ever since we started. And as those of you that are listening and passing this out to people in the community, we'd love for you to stop in to Bank of Billings and just thank them for helping us get news out to our town. The Bank of Billings core values include customer first, passion for service, and commitment to community. These core values have enabled them to be in business since 1889 and are continued for years to come. Remember, they're a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Now, another information on business here in town, the Marionville Power Sports motorcycle team, which is Chad Vaught, and he's Marionville Power Sports owner. Caleb Haynes and Nick Williams finished first in the open amateur class of the Vegas to Reno off-road race on August 17th. That would have been fun to see on television.
It's on TikTok.
It's on TikTok. Nice. I'm not on TikTok. All right. It's not on YouTube, then I haven't gotten to see it.
I'm sure it is.
They completed the 550-mile race in 10 hours, 39 minutes, and finished 22nd overall. And at the end, they took a very nice shower. The overall placement was against professional riders and teams. It was a big win for the Marionville Power Sports team. Congratulations to all of you. And thank you to Valerie Robbins for bringing us this news. Hey, Central Place has an office for rent right here at Central Place, downtown Marionville. Send us a message on Facebook or email us at goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com. Perhaps you're a business owner that you'd like to get out of your living room, or maybe you're a business owner and you just want a place to be quiet, but to be in an office, not maybe in your office at home. Or maybe you're thinking about starting a business and you want to be in a place where your business will be encouraged. That's a place for you. Downtown Marionville, Central Place. Come check us out. Email us goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com. Next week, Thursday, the second Thursday of every month, the same night as the Alderman meeting, we host the Marionville Business Connect right here at Central Place from 4 to 5 p.m. Anyone doing business in Marionville is welcome to come. There's no charge, and there's always treats. Our next one is this coming Thursday, the 12th. Please join us as we together trying to help shape the business culture in our great town. All right. Now, Kris, I told you about this. I want to make sure I tell everybody else. All right. September 10th, right here at Central Place, we're going to begin an 8-week study called Identity and Destiny, Finding Your God-Given Purpose. Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8. I was going to say 8 to 6:30, but 6:30 to 8. Together, we're going to gain clarity, focus, and direction for our lives. If you'd like to join the study, the cost is just to cover the book, goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com, and it's limited to 20 people. Hey, random rumors, a new farm crop is coming to town. Kris, have you heard about this?
I have.
What,
I have heard about
is it a rumor or is it true?
It's there's a lot of truth there.
We're going to start planting those white vans. Literally, they're going to take to the wind. They've left Billings. They're heading our way. Where are they going?
Just outside of town.
Outside of town.
Mm-hmm.
So if you start to see a bunch of white vans, it's not the apocalypse. They're actually just moving from their parking lot outside of Billings to a parking lot outside Marionville.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a great deal on a white van, don't shop here because they're not for sale. They all need something fixed. All right. Remember, coming up the end of September, Missouri Good Neighbor Week, which was signed into law in 2022. September 28th to October 4th. Do something good for your neighbor. You could check out more information online at MissouriGoodNeighborWeek.com. All right. Applefest coming just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. September 20th to 21st, our little town will be busting with people, hustling and bustling around the square with over 100 vendors selling crafts and food, free carnival, the kids zone, contests, including a pie eating contest for both little ones and big ones with real homemade pies this year, supplied by kids, I believe, from FCCLA at the high school. I learned that yesterday. Apples donated by Murphy's. Don't forget about the parade Saturday morning, music, and don't forget the fireworks by Clayton. He always puts on a phenomenal display. How many years have you gone to Applefest, participated?
A long time.
Long time?
Yeah.
All your life? Did you ever miss one?
Yeah, I've missed some. I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Wow. Okay. All right. In the past, you may have avoided the crowds and stayed home. Don't stay home this year. Come on downtown. Get some great food. You can park and walk and park. It's phenomenal. It's a great time. See your neighbors and have some fun. We'd love to have you here downtown for Applefest. All right. We got the duck fundraiser for the fire department. Is there anybody else doing any fundraisers around town? Right? I think there seemed to me there was something else going on. Somebody was raising money for something really cool.
I think the school was for the football booster. I think that drawing was last week.
That's already done. Okay. All right. No more drawings to talk about. T-shirts are on sale at City Hall on the Bank of Billings. Now, what T-shirts are they talking about, Kris?
For Applefest.
Oh, Applefest with the new design. Every year there's a new design, right? Mm-hmm. But at City Hall, you can also get hats.
There's hats, shirts, the books, all the information in for Applefest.
Wow. Go to City Hall. Debbie and Amy would love to greet you there.
Yeah.
Bring your cash. They love to. They hate to bring bring your credit card. Bring cash. They love cash there at City Hall. Community-wide church service set to launch Applefest is Thursday night, the 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the square downtown. What a great way to kick off Applefest. Bring your chairs. Meet Martha and I personally as we open up the community-wide church service on that Thursday night, the 19th. Mark your calendars for big event. You heard about this big event going on at the pickleball warehouse?
I have.
What have you heard?
It's going to be a lot of stuff going on out there for the kids. Haircuts, food, all kinds of stuff.
The fire department's going to be there.
Correct.
Which truck are you going to bring?
Hopefully all of them.
Oh, wow. So it's going to be very busy. October the 12th at the Pickleball Warehouse, which if you don't know where that is, Kris, how can you tell people how to get there?
It's just to the south of Apple Lane Townhomes on the south side of 60. The big apartments at 60 and Central. It's just behind it off of Jonathan Drive.
Many of you have been wondering, is this like some exclusive club? No, the Pickleball Warehouse is available for everybody. And they're opening up to our community on the 12th of October from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Pickleball Warehouse, in conjunction with the Ministerial Alliance, is hosting City of Hope, a community event for everyone. Free food, fun, free haircuts, music, kids zone, giveaways, antique cars, vintage tractors, and the fire department with, is Sparky coming?
Sparky will be there.
Sparky's going to be there. Giving away anything? Sparky, do we give away anything?
I'm not sure. We'll have to come up with something.
All right, not ducks, so because we need to use those for next year. Let's raise awareness for this great event. Get your family and be there from 10 to 2 on October the 12th. All right, Kris, you think of anything else, stuff going on in the city you'd love to be able to share with the audience today?
No, I just want to give a shout out to the area businesses that did donate for the purchase of Sparky. It was the Bank of Billings, Sparta Insurance, Marionville Power Sports, and then First Independent Bank in Aurora. That was a tremendous help to the fire department that we can get out and do some PR events with that costume. Yeah.
I know something else. Last week, we had our first meeting of the Marionville Economic Development Advisory Committee, big long name. We're calling ourselves MEDAC because that sounds so great. No, we're not really going to call ourselves that. But we had 9 people in our first meeting, all appointed to this committee to talk about how do we bring more flourishing to Marionville in the industrial complex, the commercial complex, and in the residential complex. And how do we grow our city, create more tax revenue to help make our city a better place? Kris, it was an incredible meeting. What was one of the biggest things that you took away from that meeting last week?
There's a lot of good information, a lot of encouraging information for the city moving forward. I think just kind of getting it jumped off for getting an inventory of what we've got available to offer new people, new businesses. I think it was just a good jump off meeting.
And really celebrating the existing businesses. We're learning about ways we can get grants for existing businesses to grow, really accessing resources available to small towns in Missouri that are willing to grow. And that's what economic development is all about. All right, it's time to wrap up today's episode of the Good Place Marionville podcast. As you can tell, this is a great platform for you to highlight your business while showing support for the good happening right here in our fantastic town. Consider becoming a sponsor by contacting us at goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com. There are many different sponsorship levels for you to choose from. And thanks so much to all of you that contribute to the good news to this week's episode. It's easy to report. Just send an email to goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com. I bet you're tired of me saying that. goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com, or call 417-677-8167, or stop by at Central Place and meet us and drop us off on some news. Thanks for joining us today for the Good Place Marionville podcast. Keep your eyes out for the good, and together we can celebrate Marionville.